Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is lecture number 4, and today we will cover the second unit of the core date 605, which is related to the educational, leadership, and management. Today we shall cover these three topics: meanings of basic elements of management, and the second one is relationship among organization, administration, and management. And the third topic, that is defining management functions or elements, we can say. So these three main topics will be covered in this chapter. First of all, what are the basic elements of management? In meanings of basic elements of management, we can say that the term management has two meanings. The number one, that is management as a group of functional people, or we can say the management as performance or process or activity. When we say that management as a group of functional people, then it is explained that the term management refers to the personnel in an organization who have the right and responsibility to make decisions and run the enterprise efficiently within the policies defined in this way. The primary purpose of management, that is to make possible the accomplishment of above state objectives with the human materials resources available to them. Remember that management always is the name of functional people. And why they are functional? Because they utilize the available material in most efficient way. Usually the management of company, organizations or institutions is described as board of directors or councils or board of governors. It means in this board, in this committee, you can say, or group of people, the people work efficiently and they think for the progress of any company or organizations. In second meaning, that management is a function or process or activity, so we can say that the term management is also used to refer to the functions or activity of the managing resources, tasks or other persons in order to achieve the refined objectives. Thus, defined management refers to human activities related to planning, organizing, directing, controlling, communicating, and controlling. If we say that what is the relationship among organizations, administration, and management, mostly the students face confusions among these three terms. So these are frequently and synonymously rather erroneously used. First of all, what is organizations? So organizations refers to the form of enterprise or institutions and the arrangement of the human and material resources functioning in a manner to achieve the objectives of the enterprise. It represents two or more than two people respectively specializing in functions of each performs, working together toward the common goal as governed by formal rules of behavior. In administration, we can say that this is concerned with the determination of corporate policy and the overall coordination of production, distribution, and finance. And management says that this is the execution of policy within the limits which are established by the administration and the employment of the organization as required. Now, what is relationship? Sheldon states that organization is the formation of an effective machine, management of an effective executive, administration of an effective direction. So administration defines the goal, management strives toward it, and organization is the machine of management in its achievement of the ends determined by administration. In defining management functions or element, So what are the elements, or we can say what are the functions of management? So in this regard, Henri Fayol, the French industrialist, was instrumental in defining the functions of management in a paper originally published in 1916 and later published in English in 1949. So her work has had a great deal of influence on modern management theories, and it is noteworthy that most authors utilize his concepts of the functions of management with little or no change. So they include planning, organizations, both man and material; commanding means that is telling subordinates what to do; coordinating and controlling. So most modern writers include stuffing in this listing, although it may easily be considered part of the organizing process. Commanding is somewhat more euphemistically termed directing in modern parlance, while coordinations is often deemed part of the process of controlling. Basically, control is achieved with the following steps. If you want to get control, so you are to follow certain steps like establishing standards of performance, communicating these standards to those involved, providing them with the concerned machines, tools, equipments, materials, and financial resources which are necessary to achieve the production, and comparing actual performance against planned performance and analyzing variations. So where variations occurs, providing corrections for them. So if all of the above steps are carried out successfully, so then coordination has achieved. So Fayol in 1957 presented the following elements of management. So now we will discuss some of the you can say different elements as defined by the different authors. So first of all, as Fayol in 1957 said that this is the elements of management like planning, organizing, organizations, commanding, controlling, coordinating. So we can represent it like POCC. The second one, Newman and Summers in 1981 presented the following elements of management like planning, organizing, staffing, leading, controlling, measuring, and we can represent it with the code POSLCM. Then Coates and O'Daniel in 1964 arrived at the following elements of management like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and control. So that is represented with the code of POSDC. The fourth author, that is Dale in 1965, he suggested the following stages of management like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, innovation, and representations. The code of for these elements, that is POSDIR. Then Luther and Gulick in 1961 suggested the most popular model, that is POSDCORB, representing the following 7 management processes like planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, CO, and reporting, budgeting. So according to the point of view of planners and managers in education, the management process can be briefly described like planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. Now we define one by one the term that was explained or suggested by different authors collectively, like planning. Planning means, as Robin stated, planning gives directions, improves continuity of actions, and reduce overlapping and wasteful activities. So through the formulation of objectives, policies, procedures, rules, and other types of guides for the direction is provided for organizational members. And organizing means that once the goals and strategies have been formulated, organizing helps make things happen as planned. Organizing as an operational functions which involve the coordinated efforts of the entire organization. Staffing means this is the process of finding the right persons for each job. It involves matching individuals' qualifications and experiences with job specifications. So staffing functions, compensations like salaries and allowances, leave bonuses, transfers, resignations, retirements, terminations, pensions, etc. And directing means that this is the motivational function. Basically it tries to obtain a high level of production from employees through motivation and guidance. The next term is coordinating. In modern business, functionalization and division of labor inevitably tends to create a variety of problems in every area of management. So it is the task of top management to unify and coordinate the work and the interest of the individuals who constitutes an organization. So equal concerns with the result is the process by which results are secured. Merely issuing command is not sufficient to qualify one as effective leaders. Rather, it is a matter of having power with people rather than over them. So it is energizing force in an organization which governs collaboration and collective progress towards the goals. The next one is innovating. Innovating means that this is the creative functions of management. Changing times, technology, resources and conditions requires new approaches. So therefore finding new and better ways to do the job, handling the staffing, getting additional money, improving performance are only some of the creative means innovative functions of management. The other function is controlling. The control functions monitors the achievement of goals and compares equal results with above those projected in planning as well as the performances past periods. So controlling is directly related to the plans and performances standards established by other managerial functions. So these are several other functions which are sometimes included under management functions. So these include decision making, communication, coordination, human relations, leaderships, problem solving, etc. The next function is budgeting. Budgeting means that this is the mean of coordinating the combined efforts of an entire organization into a plan of actions which is based upon past performances and governed by the rational judgment of factors that will influence the operation of the organizations in the future. So it is not just the mere control and forecasting. The overall objectives of the budgeting or planning, coordinating and controlling. The next one is decision making. This is also very important. This is the most important responsibility of manager at all levels. Almost all aspects of the management process involves decision making of one type or the others. So there are many theories on decision making and there are several classifications about decision making. The process of decision making involves 5 components. So what are those 5 components? The first one is recognizing the problems, then defining and analyzing the problems, then evaluating the alternative solutions, then choosing the most favorable solutions, and the fifth one is implementing the approach chosen. Because first of all you should find out what is the problem. Now then see that that problem maybe you can say maybe solvable or not. Then what may be the alternative solutions? Then definitely we have normally different solutions, but we choose the most favorable solutions. And then at the end we apply or we implement the approach whatever we choose. So the 5 of process of management decision making demands the decision must be workable and should be the point where they must be made. The next one is human relation. This is also very important that this refers to the management process concerned with the treating the workers and colleagues first as human beings with different values, aspirations, interpersonal relations, etc. The next one is reporting or communications. Communication is at the heart of management process in order that decision, leadership, motivation, etc. be effective. So there must be good communication. The manager must be able to communicate well with subordinates and encourage the feedback from them. The communication process also involves the exchange of signals or messages or informations between the sender or communicator, managers or subordinate through a medium. For example, circular, letters, conference, telephone, notice, memos, files, etc. to the receivers. And who are the receivers? Managers or subordinate. So good communication network must be both vertical and horizontal and to and from all sides. So these managers would try to remove them. The next one is leadership. It should be realized that management process is engineered by good leadership. Thousands of studies, books, etc. have focused on the leadership theories, their functions, their models, processes, techniques. So some of these will be examined later. For now, we should take the leadership process as interpersonal influence exercised in situations through the communication process for achieving some group objectives. The next one is problem solving. This relates closely to such modern concepts as conflicts management. So organizations development and in fact decision making, the classic process in problem solving includes identify, analysis, gather facts, set up tentative solutions like hypothesis, set up solutions and implement the right solutions to the problem. A good manager is not afraid of problem because he knows how to solve them. The next function, that is motivation. Motivation means that whenever we say the management, so management process demands that people like workers should be adequately and appropriately motivated. Where there is a lack of motivation, the entire management process will be ineffective. So there are several types of motivations such as the use of threats like fear motivations, the use of incentives, for example monetary rewards or salaries, bonuses like incentive motivations, and the positive changing of workers' attitude like attitude motivations. Now here we can say that planning to organizing, staffing, directing, coordinations, innovating, controlling, budgeting. So all these things are going to be in circle. So everything that is connected and one thing is going from one way to other. Here we can say that decision making or communication or information that is always concerned with planning, organizing, implementation, coordination, human relations, motivations, directing, leadership, problem solving, controlling, reporting, innovations. So everything they have their importance with the decision making or communication. This was all about this lecture. Now, hopefully you have understood each and everything. If you like this video, then like it and share with your friends. And if you want to study all these materials in Urdu, so I have given some links below in descriptions. You can find the same material in Urdu Also you may convert it in other languages if you are from the other countries. So thank you very much. If you like this video, then share it, and if you still didn't subscribe my channel, so please subscribe it for more updates or more lectures regarding education. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.